Hi, you guys. It's me. I have been recording for 20 minutes when I realized I did not even have the camera on. I don't know how I did that. And anyway, hi, everybody. Um, Pretty much all I've done is put the fabric on the spine of our book. I cut a strip of fabric that was the width of the masking tape and long enough that I could wrap it all the way around to the inside. I did the join on the inside. I punched a hole up at the top to put the little jump ring dealy so that I could put a charm on if I wanted to. And I put on 2 book corners. I'm so sorry. I don't know what to say, but this is my journal, so I can't really go back and redo it. I've just punched the holes for our ties using my big bite, and although this hole I put in further than I would like, it's a hole, so we're going to use it. So let's pick out a couple eyelets. Our book plates, or our book corners, are kind of silvery. I think I'm going to go with these guys, I guess. Oh, no, you know what I'm going to do? Because there's gold in the fabric, I'm going to go ahead and use some of the gold eyelets, because I hardly ever use those. So we have those. And I was saying while I was happily talking to myself, this is an old container from Magic Scraps. Do you remember them? You were scrapbooking 20 years ago. You probably had stuff from them. But I reused the container, and I've marked the size of my eyelets on there with a Sharpie, and the setting, oh, that's a lot of glare, the setting for my crocodile, A1, so that they are together, and if I forget what goes with what, it's right there. So I'm going to go ahead and pop that in, and when you're using your big bite, the pointy part is what, the one on top, is what goes into the eyelet. And line that up. Oh, I forgot, you have to move it over to eyelet setting. And move that over and give it a squash. And there, it did beautifully on the inside. I love that. I love when that happens. And we'll pop this in. I cannot believe I recorded all that. It wasn't recording. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Am I new here? And there we go. That also splayed out beautifully. So we're done with this. We can put it out of the way. We're done with all of our hardware. Not that you would know because you didn't see it. And this is pretty much our cover, you guys. Not sure if I'm in love with this bright green ribbon, but we'll go for now. And what do we want to do? Do we want to double it? I am not sure. Go ahead and put this through there. Maybe I'll tie a knot. Oh, well, good grief, broke. And tie another knot. Get it up on the front. Cut off this excess. I don't know if you can tell on camera, but this ribbon has the prettiest kind of grain to it. And let's see here. Cut this at an angle. Go to the back and do the same thing. And it is kind of a bright ribbon for this, so if it bugs me, I can just untie this knot and put something else in. We shall see. A lot of the things that we're putting inside are this bright, so it might be a-okay. Well, tying a knot shouldn't be that hard, should it? Here we go. All right, so then our little book can just get tied closed as we stuff it full. Let's cut off these excess tails. And I don't think this needs to be that long. Probably should make it about the same length. I did leave some extra length on it. Just as I said, my journals tend to get pretty chunky. And this way we can corral all of it with the ribbons. Let's see how this looks. I'm not sure I'm crazy about this ribbon, but I will leave it for now and see how it goes. I might like it better when the book is fuller and these aren't so flappy. What do you guys think? It does work really well, though, to keep everybody in line in the book. So I'm going to pause the video for a second, hopefully remember to turn it back on, and just clean up my desk a little bit because I'm running out of room to work, and we're going to put the signatures in. So I'll be right back. Oh boy, am I glad I took that minute to clean up, because the Fabri-Tac had volcanoed into a little pile and gotten all over my Tim Holtz ruler, which is not good because it takes the markings off. But had I pushed something else over there, we could have had a little bit of a glue disaster. So I pulled out my binding things, and I'm going to set those aside. I pulled a piece of paper out of the recycle bin, just any kind of thin paper, copy paper, computer paper, or whatever. We're going to make our template with this. And these are the pages that we made in the last video. So I went through and sorted the pages by kind of specialty pages, the hinged pages, book page, book page, book page. This is a digital. This is the railroad sort of plain paper, and then the music paper. So now we can split these in to two piles. How many do we have? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Because I kept slipping in extra pages, I forgot where we ended up. So we've got 10. So let's do one of the original book pages for each, one of the plain pages for each. And picking out the papers for your signature is sort of really, really personal. It depends on what you like, how you like it to look. Just mess around with it until you've got it the way you like it. Put the little Santa over there, and we'll put that there. Yeah, because that's plain on the back. Actually, you know what? I'm going to switch that because I think we have fewer plain pages in there. So that's what I was going for, was two fairly small signatures, because I'm going to use this as my December daily. I think I only see the digital on the front. Because I'm going to use it as my December daily, I really only need 31 pages. But I couldn't stop. They're so pretty. So put that there, kind of centering it. Some music paper. How about one of the book pages? Isn't that a beautiful illustration? I love this book. And then we'll put in the little cottage and the flip out girl. And then we'll put in our bag and the beautiful Santa in the center. Oh, do I want to see that in the center? Yeah, I think that'll be okay. So there's one signature. And then for the next one, maybe we'll have Edith hold it on the front, because that is so pretty. Let's do that. And then we'll put in this nice plain railway paper. And then the book page. Love the illustrations, the line illustrations. And the little girl in the snow, who could have been me about 50 years ago. Yes, I said it out loud. Maybe 52 years ago. And this can... I'm going to switch that. I'm going to put this one. I don't know why. I don't know. I didn't want that in the center. And we'll put this one as the center. And again, we left lots of pages sort of folded instead of cut off. And that way you can customize as you go along through any journal, your December daily or your just creative daily journal, however you want to make a journal. Okay, so we'll get those all tucked in there. So those are good to go. So let's make our template and start poking some holes. I pulled this piece out of the recycling bin and just cut it at 9 1/4, which is the height of our spine. Okay, and we only need 2 rows of holes because we are only putting in 2 signatures. So let me grab I have my mini cutter up here. I'm not going to tear this because tearing it, believe it or not, oh, that won't fit. You can get that little fuzzy edge can be enough to throw off your alignment. So here's the big chopper, and I'm going to make this 1.5 inches, which is how wide our spine is. Get that lined up. And this, it helps if you're kind of precise with this. It makes the whole thing easier. I'm generally a willy-nilly, fly by the seat of my pants kind of gal, but this part, probably this would be a good time to pay a little bit of attention. Okay, so we'll untie this. Oh, I can't wait to see it with all its froofiness in it. Double check that that's the right width. And in fact it is, and the right height, yay. So then what you do, the first thing you want to do is mark a T for the top. It doesn't matter how precise your folding is, how precise your punching is, you're going to end up with one side different than the other. I speak from experience. So we're going to fold it in half. Set my giant noggin in there. This over. Get that folded in half, lengthwise. Oh, that's off. Man, what is my deal with folding today? Okay, there we go. Crease it. Use your bone folder if you have one. Okay, so that's your center, right? We're not putting a signature in the center because we're only doing 2. So go ahead and fold the sides, the edges into that center fold. And this is where we will put our signatures. So I'm folding that side in right up to that center. Don't want to overlap it. And if you don't want to make a template, if you just want to go hog wild, you go for it, whatever works. I find that the 5 minutes it takes to make a template is worth it because my eyeballing, as we've established, is not excellent. Okay, so now we know where our signatures are going to fall in line vertically. We know where our top is, and see, I've already slapped it around, so I would have gotten confused. Then what you can do is fold it in half this way, and when you open it up, you've got your middle. So I'm going to put a dot here and a dot here. Those are going to be my center holes. I think I'm going to do a 3-hole pamphlet. So I'm going to fold the bottom up to meet those holes and then fold it up again to meet that line. If you don't want to do it that way, you can just measure up about 1 inch from the bottom and 1 inch down from the top. Your call. Okay, and we'll do it again on this end. My folding skills. What the heck is going on with that? Hey. Okay, and then we have all of our holes. So this is what we're going to use to punch the holes in our book. So what I like to do is get it in there, make sure it's right in that little alleyway that we made in the spine. Line up the top and the bottom, and I am going to grab some of these clips. These are from the Dollar Tree, you guys. I buy them every time I am there, which is not terribly often, but if they have them, I buy another pack because they are super handy. Okay, make sure we got that in the right place. Oh, you know what, that scooted over a little bit. Stop that. Kind of test it with the, yep, that looks good. Test it down here. Yep, that looks good. It's where it's supposed to be, that good little thing. Okay, and now I'm going to take, this is a very, very old, it actually was for punching and stamping. You can see it's been punched a few times. You can use an old book, just don't do it straight on your mat because your self-healing mat may not heal from a good punch like this. And it just makes it easier to kind of get through all the way. This is a Tim Holtz all. I really like these. And, oh, let me hold it up so you can see. There we go. I really like it. I use it for a number of things. Cannot have enough pokey tools. And I'm just making sure we're going all the way through. Yep, I don't know if you can see them, but I can. And go all the way through. And the reason I put them this far apart was so that the pages have room to get bulked up. A little harder to go through because we doubled up the fabric down there. But it's doable. We got it. Take this out. Hold on to it. Don't go crazy and throw it away. Okay, so then I go from the front to the back. Wow. Maybe I do, if I can see it. To kind of make sure those holes are cleared all the way. Wow, you guys, I can barely see it. Holy cats. And why is that fabric so loose? Didn't we glue it well enough? Come now. Certainly we glued it well enough. Okay. There's that one. And yeah, I'm sure you can't see this on camera because I can barely see it in real life. Let's go back to this guy and see why. Huh. I don't know why. I can't see it at all on this side. Guess a little bit now. Okay, so we've got those double punched. I don't know why the fabric is so loose, but it will be fine because when we sew the signatures in, we'll be sewing, obviously, the fabric down as well. Okay, so we've got our holes ready to go in there, and now is the time when you have to punch the holes in your signatures. If you feel brave, you can punch through both signatures at the same time. Because I'm on camera, I don't know if I'm going to. The other thing you need to do is take your template and get your pages. Find the pages, like the book pages, the original book pages. Let's pull one of those out. Try not to confuse you, because I am the most confusing person in the world. I realize that. I'm okay with it. So this is from the original book. We know this is the tallest page that we have. And it is exactly exactly 9 inches high. Our template is a little bit higher than that. So let's see how much more it is. That is 1/4 of an inch taller. So what I'm going to do is line my template up and move it down about 1/8 of an inch on each side. Make a mark, because your spine is taller than your signature. So now you need to know where to punch your signature. So I'm just going to cut that off at our 1/8 of an inch mark that we made. Oh no, don't cut off the top. Cut it straight. It's going to make your life easier. And I think I will go ahead and throw a T back on there, just for fun. And then you can fold it in the middle. I find that easier because it's easier to hold on to. We already had that fold there, so that's good. And we can make a whole mark where our other holes are. You know, just lining it up there. That'll be good. And then we can punch the holes in our signatures. And in theory, they should line up just beautifully with the holes in the spine. It's always interesting to see if that's going to be the case, right? I don't have anything terribly short in here. I like to take a ruler and push it down in there to make sure everything's together. Grab some of these clips that we have, just to kind of hold it. I'm telling you guys, for $1.25, you get like 10 of these. They're awesome. And they work as chip clips too, which is always nice to know because those things are expensive. Now, this is going to be our back signature, I think. Where did I put our template? There it is. Again, yep, that's the top. So It's lining up beautifully. Huzzah! Can you guys see? So I've just got that middle fold in the middle of our signature. You don't want to let your pages fall down flat because it won't line up right. Yep, and that went right through the crease. Right where it needs to be, all the way through. Can you see? It's come through right on the fold, and that's what you want to have happen. Oh, I just moved it. Gosh darn it. And then right through the crease again. There we go. I use the middle just because it's easier to have something to hold on to. You could use one of the other side holes, that's fine too. Go through, make sure they're poked all the way, yay! Do the same thing for this. Could go ahead and sew that one in and then come back to this one, but I have enough of my little clippy-doos that I can do it right now. Well, I say that, do I? I think so. Don't take your clips off, though, until you've sewn it into the journal, because things have a tendency to slide around. It's very obnoxious. Do I have another one? Oh, surely I must. Yeah, I have a bulldog. That'll work. Oh, stabbed myself with something in the drawer. Don't go grabbing in your drawers without looking, man. It's not safe. Did I clip this wrong? What in the world do we have happening here? Okay, wait. Have I messed these pages up? Oh, it was a hinged page. I forgot that was a hinged page. It got me terribly confused. So, line those up again. Push down in the center. There we go. Believe I've gotten myself together. Maybe. It's probably not true, is it? And that's the book page. This just looks too long. So let's tap it that way. I think that will be better. Okay. Alrighty then. Push it down. Make sure that it's all squished down in the center. I'm sorry, I keep pulling it up to my face, you guys. And you can't see it because, lucky for you, my face isn't showing right now. Okay. So that should be good. Take this. Put our template in. Yay, it lines up. That's all good. Poke our holes. Keeping our papers folded. They went right where we wanted them to. And that is always good news. Oh, and what did I just do? Really? Really? You'd think I'd never done this. Well, it's the recording thing, you guys. Hopefully that did not move. We'll find out when we go to try to sew it. Let's get this out of the way. This you are done with, your template now, hopefully. Now, let's look at these. I think I want this to be the front. Do I? No. You know what? I'm going to make this one the back. And I do like to start from the back when I'm sewing in the signatures. Let's see what we got going on there. Looking pretty good. So now I'm going to take a tapestry needle, which has a large eye and not too pointy. If it's a real pointy needle, you're a lot more likely to go through the paper where you don't mean to. So I like to use one that's a little more blunt. And then I'm going to pull off about 3 lengths of my book, give or take. I tend to go a little further because I'd rather waste a little thread than run short. It's really hard. If you run short, you can tie another piece to it, obviously. I find that difficult and a little dicey. I'm never sure it's going to hold. So I like to just start out with enough. See if we can get this threaded. Well, maybe, maybe not. I'm going to pause you guys while I thread this because we know that this could take a day and a half. So hold on. You guys, I got it on the very next try. Haha, yay me. Now I'm going to start sewing from the inside because that's where I want my strings. I'm going, this is a 3-hole pamphlet stitch. I'm going right through the center of our signature and then leaving a tail. Okay, you need to get out of my way. Leaving a tail and then trying to find the hole towards the back because remember we're sewing the back signature in first. Why can't I see it? Oh, I can see it. The spine is wider than I realized. And it does seem like the spine is super wide, but again, it gives you lots of room to put in all of your ephemera and fun bits from December. So now we're on the outside. We're going to go up to the top. You can go down to the bottom either way. Open our book again. I should have done the closure last. It's driving me batty. And then find our hole there. So just going through those top holes. Try not to re-pierce the paper. Don't be that way. Why you gotta be that way? Oh, there we go. Don't lose your tail. You can washi tape the tail down if that makes you happy, if more confident. Because you do want to make sure you're getting this pretty snug. Okay, and then we're going to go all the way down to the bottom. And I flip my book around a million times. I have no idea why. Because I'm an annoying person. Just how I am. Just how I am. Okay, and then down through that bottom hole. Release it from the clip. Give it a yank. Yeah, seriously, you guys, do the ribbons last. And then, oh, you can't see that, I'm sorry. Back through that center hole. Oh, yeah, ribbons making me nuts. Okay. Didn't get all the way through the paper, so we'll pull that. We got a tail flying around. Let's pull that up. There we go. And then, oh, the clip grabbed my needle. And then back through that center hole. And if you're lucky, which I just was, it will magically reappear in the center of your book. You can pull that up. You want to make sure that one tail, oh, that's so glary, you guys. I shouldn't have put this one in the middle. One tail is on one side of that center stitch. The other tail is on the other side. And, well, it's not yet, but it's going to be. There we go. And you want to make sure to not split your thread because you'll never get it tight. If you, like, put your needle through some of the thread that you've already done, you'll never be able to tighten that up. So I'm going to pull that off. I always stick my needle back in my little piece of wool felt so that I don't lose it. If I just chuck it on my desk, it's like, forget about it. Let's take off our clips, check it on the back to make sure it's tight. I just love how this page is. I'm so sorry for the glare, you guys. That was a poor choice for center. I don't think our next one is glossy. That could get a little tighter. I am funny about making sure I really like my signatures to be not floppy. So we'll tie a knot. See how that feels. Oh, that feels pretty good. Give a test wiggle. Nope, not wiggling. I'm good with it. Yay! And there's signature number 1 in the December daily. One more, and I must run downstairs and do the 3 days that I've missed. I tie 3 knots. Why? I don't know. Because why not? Why not? Crack myself up. And yeah, I wasted some thread. Am I going to lose sleep over it? I am not. So there's our first signature. Yay. I'd like to give it a little smoosh. All right. Yeah, I'm not crazy about that. I should have, in retrospect, I should have glued the spine fabric down on the front, put this through, and then wrapped it over so those little feet weren't showing. But when we get the second signature in, I don't think it'll be that obvious. So we need to rethread our needle. Let's see if we have to pause. Obviously 3 lengths was excessive, so let's just go 2.5. 1, 2.5. All right, that should be good. Hopefully we won't waste as much this time. I say we, like I could blame you guys for it. I think I will. You guys, stop wasting thread. Gosh. All right. Can I get it in 1? Highly doubtful. Oh, it left a little piece of thread in my mouth when I licked it. Ick. I did not care for it. Nope, can't get it in 1. Can she get it in 2? Is she going to have to pause the video to thread the darn needle? Are you guys screaming at me? Pause, pause, pause. Yep, I'm going to pause. Be right back. Hopefully I'll get it as soon as I turn off the camera. Okay, you guys, that's funny. I did get it the second I turned off the camera. Isn't that always the way? All right, so we have this guy, and we're hoping we didn't move it when I took the clips off, like a dummy with mittens. Let's see. So going down through the center again. If you want to add danglies or anything, you can certainly go, if you start from the outside and go in, your tails will be on the outside, and you can tie stuff on them, which I do sometimes. I just know that I am kind of fond of a tassel, and we haven't made one for a while, so maybe we should do that. Okay, and then I'm going to go down to the bottom this time just to change it up. Why not? Get in there. Let's see if I can find, there's that bottom hole. Pull it up through. Let's not lose our tail. Go through the hole we made. It's a little tricky to find the hole in this one because the Edith Holden book already had holes in it from where it was originally sewn in, but you can figure it out. And then down through the bottom hole, which is actually the top hole because I've moved the book around so many times that now it's upside down. See why I have to mark things with a T for top? You guys, did I cut the thread too short? It's going to make me highly agitated. Highly agitated. Oh, there's our top hole. Down through that top hole. And then back up through the center hole. It's hard to remember to turn it so you guys can see it instead of flapping it around the crazy way I normally do. And you know what I'm going to do at this point? It's pretty close. I'm going to go ahead and take the clips off because they're making it, they're kind of weighing it down. So I don't need it for alignment anymore. So I am a rebel. I just took it out. There's my needle through the center hole. And then through the center hole of our signature. Where did it go? Hello, needle. What are you doing? Stop it. Stop it. And now I've lost our needle. Hey. It's a process, you guys. Where the heck did it go? Nope. Okay, this is a first. I've never actually lost a needle. It came off the thread and just went flying off my desk. That is mad skills right there. All right, let's tighten this up. Oh, well, I'm annoyed. Color me annoyed. Oh, you know what happened? I split my thread. Remember how I told you don't split your thread? I did. Oh, man. And I unclipped it. All right, so I'm going to reclip it while the thread is still in there, keeping it aligned. And I'm going to have to pull that all out and start over because as I said, if you have split that thread, you're never going to get it tight, and it's going to mess with the integrity. So I don't want you to rip your head off or my head off. I'm going to go ahead and pause it and resew it. I'll be right back. Okay, you guys, you're welcome. I saved you the agony of having to watch me restitch this, as well as the agony of rethreading the needle. But now it's done, and you saw the first one go in, so, you know, it's not really any different. Go ahead and put my needle in here. I think you got the idea. Snug this up, give it a tie, check it on the back. Oh, so cute. Feels like it could get a little tighter. Okay, we'll call that good. Give it a couple more knots, just for luck. Take our clips off, and we'll take a peek. I'm excited, you guys. I have to decide, you know, about putting a pocket in the front. If I want to cover those end pages, I kind of really don't, because I think they're adorable. And I cut that a little shorter than I'm fond of, but again, not a deal breaker. Pull off our handy dandy clips. And let's see what we got. Yeah, I might just leave the ends this way because look, oh, love it. Okay, so let's look. There's our journal that way. We got nothing sticking out over the top, nothing sticking out at the side, and nothing hanging out from the bottom, which means we did a great job. Want to take a look at our pages? Are you wiggling? No, you know what? This is the Edith Holden page, and it had a weird fold in the spine, and it's wiggling because of that. It's sewn in quite securely. Oh, look at that. I'm really excited that we put in some extra pages because some of these pictures I just don't want to cover. Oh, tree. Yeah, we're doing a minimalist Christmas. I don't know if I said that already or if it was when I was just talking to myself. But, oh, look how cute. Present from the 1980s. Yeah, you guys, I'm loving it. This is going to be fun. Fun, fun, fun. So if you haven't made yourself a journal or a December daily, do it, you guys. We'll come back and we'll work on this. I'm going to do these 2 videos before I go back to our flippity floppity because, well, if you need to make a December daily, get cracking. That was a problem. Oh, look how pretty she is. That was my problem, so that's why I kind of jumped into this. I will do something to cover that bag and that seam. I don't like how that looks, so something will go there. But we do have this cute bag to put stuff in. And then we have this little pocket here that we made from hinging a page. You guys, I love it. And it's kind of thin and sad now, but you wait. We're going to stuff it full. All right, and there's our back page. I love how my digital kind of blends in. I like that a lot. And then we have these annoying ties. Okay, lesson to take away from this, don't put your ties on until you've gotten your signatures in. But guess what, you guys? Look, December daily, done. I must go and document the last 3 days because it's the 3rd of December. And I have to document the fact that we had no earmuff parade today. Chester Greenwood, I'm sorry. Thanks so much for stopping by, you guys. I hope it was helpful. I hope you enjoyed it. You can barely even see those stitches on the fabric. Hopefully you picked up a tip or two. And if you already knew all this, hopefully I made you laugh. So thanks so much for coming by. If you're new, I hope you'll consider subscribing and clicking that like button. And if you're not new, thanks so much, you guys. All right, I'm out. You guys have a wonderful evening. Love you. Bye.